Hello and welcome back to the Münster Podcast. It's just me and Ben today. We're here for a smaller episode of the Münster Podcast. Unfortunately, our logistics have been shit. So, we're having a mini episode today, probably a shorter one, easier to digest, and a less serious one overall. Hello, Ben.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm alright. I feel like shit, though. I feel a bit better than yesterday.
Oh, that's an improvement.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not COVID related, even though my mum is a nurse, but I don't have the lung infection yet, so I'm not getting any chesty coughs or anything. I'm just having fucking like brain aids right now. Like,
Oh yeah,
the
my
wrinkles like
favourite.
getting ironed out in my brain or something. It's fucking, it's horrible, man.
Me become smooth brain creature.
And talking about smooth brain creatures, that is what we're talking about today.
Oh yeah.
How bad is the UK really? And when I mean this, I mean, we like to make I don't know if that's like a British humour sort of thing, but we make a lot of self-deprecating jokes about how terrible our country is and stuff like that. But how bad is it really? Like, how bad is
Well,
it really? Well, I don't really know where to start with that question. I mean, like,
right.
how do you measure how good a country is? Like,
I think. Well, it depends because all countries are gonna have their Cumbrias essentially. They're fucking complete and utter shitholes. With just
every
the
country's
worst.
gonna have a Blackpool.
Yeah. Oh my god. Why? Oh, I hate that place. Oh god, it's so terrible. It's so disgusting. It's
Scarborough.
like oh, it's just shit on the floor
Scarborough.
everywhere. You know, it's bad when the best part of your city is if there's water near it. That's the worst
I
part.
mean, yeah, Scarborough. It's just kind of
Fucking
you,
Morecambe.
every
Oh,
single place has like relatively similar reasons for being a shithole, but in certain places you just shit on it because you're just not from there. Let's be honest.
yeah. Well, like fucking Morecambe looks more like Somalia than it does England. It's just so awful. It's so
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's not. What is it? I can't remember if it's true or not. I should probably have looked this up before, but in Markham, some Chinese tourists just sort of died, like they drowned in the beach because they were just stood in like the water or whatever, and the tide came in. They just fucking died.
Oh, fucking
Yeah,
retards. Oh,
I will look this up whilst you talk, but Markham, yeah,
big water coming. Oh no, I guess I'm dead. Fucking
yeah, like
retards.
Jesus.
I thought we would have died like malaria or something instead, because it is Morecambe after all. Like, and I'm convinced they don't actually have any hospitals. I don't think they can
I
afford
don't,
it.
they might not like straight up.
Yeah, because literally, because I used to go on holiday to like a caravan site near Morecambe, and we were like driving near the coast. I just see all these buildings. They all look like they're decaying. It's like disgusting. It's just so
All right.
awful. It's like the equivalent of Alfie's fucking roof. There's just like fungi growing
Oh
off it. You're like,
shit.
what the fuck?
Right, so the Morecambe thing I was on about, I got it terribly wrong, and I feel kind of bad now. The 2004 Morecambe Bay cockling disaster occurred on the evening of the 5th of February at Morecambe Bay in northwest England when at least 21 Chinese undocumented immigrant labourers were drowned by an incoming tide after picking cockles off the Lancashire coast. Holy shit.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
You know what? Natural selection. Don't care.
I
Don't
mean, I
care.
don't think it's their fault. I mean, they're undocumented immigrant labourers. They're probably like slaves, basically. Okay, hold
We
on.
know
Like,
how to swim.
so David Anthony Eden and David Anthony Eden Jr. had unlawfully hired a group of Chinese workers to pick cockles. They were to be paid £5 per 25 kilograms of cockles, far less than the
Oh,
typical local rate at the time. The
I'm
Chinese had been
surprised.
imported unlawfully via containers and delivered. They're just slaves then.
Yeah, they are literally just slaves.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ,
right.
poor
Although I'm
guys.
not surprised they were getting paid shit, because you do get paid like in fucking dirt in Morecambe. It's fucking awful. Oh
Yeah,
god.
I mean, imagine your job just picking up cockles, man.
Yeah. Oh god. They have to live off diets of rats.
Bro,
People.
do you know when you go to seaside towns
Yeah.
and there's like those generic gift shops and there's just like a bag of cockles?
Yeah.
Some Chinese labourer who's been shipped in a container to Liverpool has picked that up for you, or some like slave Chinese people, basically some Chinese slaves have picked those for you,
Yes.
and you're buying it for a quid.
Some fucking Chinese people who can only speak cursive have just picked it out of fucking
Yeah,
wherever they get
they're
it.
dying so that you can have some
Yeah.
shitty shells that pick up some dust on your bookshelf, and then you chuck them away after
Yeah.
5 years because you forget that they're there.
Yeah, or you
God,
get
this is
lucky
why
on it.
Markham's horrible.
Yeah, well, I think we should digress a bit further south. Oh God, do I hate Devon and Cornwall? Jesus Christ!
I went on holiday.
Cornwall.
I went on holiday to Devon last year.
Oh wow, I'm supposed to kill yourself. Where the fuck did you go?
I can't remember.
Oh,
I can't remember.
good.
I actually can't remember. It was in Devon. It was in Devon.
Yeah.
All the people there. I was about to say everyone there is white, but everyone knows that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a English country.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. For some reason, I had the kind of vibe that I wasn't welcome there. I don't know why.
Oh yeah, they're definitely racist down
Yeah,
there. Like
yeah.
200% honestly.
And do you know that really stereotypical Southern farmer accent?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was real. Fucking heard it, and I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, Plymouth is so terrible. It's so disgusting. It is literally.
No, Devon, the place I went to, I can't remember what it was called. It was a nice place, genuinely. It was like a nice harbour town. You know, weather was a bit shite, but it's Devon, right? I genuinely think the main reason we shit on it is just the people rather than the place.
Well, yeah, but like Plymouth and Exeter, disgusting places. Oh, I mean, in Cornwall, their best city, or what they would be the capital of Cornwall, would be Truro. And Truro Football Club don't even have a stadium to play. They're playing fucking Aldershot. Fucking, they're retarded.
Jesus.
They're so dumb.
Never been to Truro before.
It's like it would be the western side, I think, of Cornwall.
Yeah.
It's oh God, disgusting. Literally, Cornwall is just it is Treeville, and then at one point there was like a village, and it was like a massive mudslide. We learned about we learned about geography. It's
Holy
like all
shit.
these old people were like in their homes. We see massive fuck off mudslide. We're like, oh, what do we do?
It's like a fucking disaster movie or something.
Yeah, it absolutely destroyed the city. Like, and they were like, oh, well, guess we'll put in some like precautionary measures to stop this from happening. And then it just happened again.
Gee,
And they were like, okay, well,
This is why Yorkshire is the best place to live.
oh God, no.
No, yes,
Right.
it is.
No.
I mean, where else would you rather live then? Because, do you want to go live in Markham? Pick cockles.
Can I live in a different country? Is that an option? Like, fuck off, right?
I mean, well, I guess that goes in the question of how bad is England really? Like,
well, yeah,
because
you know what? It's
other countries that people kind of glorify, like Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands. People put them on like a pedestal, but like compared to them, England looks shit. But like, how good are them countries really? I mean,
well, I mean, Sweden's fucking dying. We just decided, oh fuck it. You know what? Lockdown. I don't know what that is. We just killed the whole. population.
Okay, right. Well, pre-COVID, basically, it was an incredibly admired country. But I think a lot of that has to do with cultural things, like.
Well, Sweden's fucking killing itself anyway.
Oh yeah, but if we're talking, before this fucking disaster that does not happen every single day happened,
Yeah.
I like, this, I don't know why it annoys me, right? But when I hear loads and loads of like people, mostly like British people, are like, oh, I really want the UK to be like Sweden. Like, why can't we run our government like Sweden or Germany or Denmark or Norway or all these, utopian countries, basically. I mean, they are nice countries. I'm not saying they're not, but people are like, oh, I want the UK to be like that. But I seriously think that the main thing stopping us, obviously it's the finances too, but I think the cultural differences between Germany, Sweden versus like the UK,
Yeah.
it just wouldn't work, right? If you put a bunch of British people in charge of Sweden, it'd be completely different. Like, it's just some sort of cultural way of doing it. It's like, it's the same way how Swedish people, they decorate their houses differently. I mean, obviously this sounds completely irrelevant, but they design their cars a different way, or their cities in a different way, and everything's different there. Obviously it's a different country, but the culture is in Sweden and Germany, it's about cleanliness. I guess, I don't know. You know what I mean, though.
Yeah, I want my country to be like Sweden, where everyone is 6'7", fucking massive. I want them all to just have, I don't know, I want everywhere to be clean, and that's just not gonna happen.
That's just not gonna happen in the UK. I mean,
you're gonna try and tell me you can clean up places like Bradford, Morecambe, Blackpool? Just can't.
like Manchester.
peasant rebels everywhere. It'd be awful.
We just go medieval mode.
Yeah.
It's seriously like you don't even have to look at a city. You go in someone's house. You just have to go in somebody's house, and you can tell the difference. Am I saying that there aren't fucking peasant Swedes and Danish people? No, of course not. They definitely exist. As they would in any country. But I think it's a very British thing to be very rough and ready.
Oh, it is definitely a very British thing.
Like, not even Americans are on. They have a different. Americans have a different version of rough and ready.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very different version of rough and ready. When I think of American rough and ready, I think of like fucking people with like bad... Detroit, yeah, like gangsters. But when I think of British rough and ready, I think of someone with really greasy hair and mouldy curtains,
and like a rusty fork in the back
Alfie's
pocket,
ceiling.
Oh god, disgusting!
Like,
disgusting.
That is British rough and ready. American rough and ready is like, oh, I'm in debt. Oh, student loans. Oh, healthcare.
Guess I'll just shoot up the school.
Weed. But British rough and ready, you got dandruff, greasy hair, your lips are chapped.
You are literally describing Alfie. I really don't like it. Right, but fucking I really also hate Southend. Jesus Christ. Oh, Southend.
Is it anywhere in the UK that you like?
No. I don't think it. Well, you know what? I haven't been fully exploring. I haven't. Obviously, I haven't lived in all these places, but there's places where I'm like, yeah, I definitely don't want to live in fucking Morecambe or some shit. I don't think I'd mind.
Oh yeah, no one wants to live in Morecambe. Not even people from Morecambe want to live in Morecambe.
I know that. I bet there's like certain places in the Midlands which is nice. I know that parts of the London area are nice, and it's like, oh, you want to live there, but also you'd be put in fucking debt, and you want to kill yourself because you're paying like $1,000 to live in a bin. So
yeah, it's London is kind of weird. I mean, people always shit on London for being really dirty, but you know, it's a big city. All big cities are like that, you know. Something that annoys me when people say, "Oh, Paris is like wonderful" or whatever. I've been there. It's just another big city.
Yeah, it's what is it? It's one of the major cities in the world.
My dog's throwing up. Hold on 1 second.
No. Welcome to the Ben Podcast. I am your host, Ben. Have you ever heard of William Howard Taft? He was a U.S. president. He succeeded Roosevelt, if I remember correctly. He was a bit of a chungus. He was a fat lad. Like, you know, we're talking massive. One day he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go get in the bath, and he did, and then he got stuck in it. He was like, oh shit, well, guess I'm stuck in the bath, and then he was stuck there for like hours. That was cool. He also was like, he was told to resign at one point. He's like, no, I'm not gonna resign, and then he fucking died because his health just, you know, killed him. He was fucked so shit. Have you ever heard of Woodrow Wilson? He was the man who succeeded William Howard Taft, and he really loved eugenics. Like, this man was full support. All I'm saying is, Woodrow, they were the racist trio. They were the freemen of racism. They were proper. They were fucking. Oh god, they were just terrible. Oh god, fucking. It's so racist. But Woodrow was like, I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, I'm gonna have a stroke when I go on tour. And then he did. He had a stroke on tour, and his wife had to basically take over behind the scenes whilst he was fucking basically dying. That was cool. Yeah, oh god. US presidents are just so incredibly weird. Oh god, I really do hate some of them. You ever heard of William Henry Harrison? He was like, he got elected. He was like, yes. He had this really long speech. He was like, I'm gonna do a bunch of shit. He had the longest speech in US president history, and he died a month later in fucking office. It was like, great. Well, guess what? You're fucking shit president now. Stupid cunt. Why you die of fucking pneumonia? Retard. I guess and well, yeah, he just fucking died. Oh God, do I hate do I hate Robert Mugabe? Oh God, he's such a terrible dictator. He was like, right, we'll take over Rhodesia and we're gonna rename it Zimbabwe, and then he did. And he's like, okay, guess I'm president now. I'm gonna make it a dictatorship. And then he was like, best give all the farmers white farmers land.
Are you talking about Robert Mugabe?
Oh, yes, I am. Yeah, I literally just I spent like 5 minutes talking about Taft, Woodrow, and Roosevelt, and William Henry Harrison, and now I'm on Mugabe. But we can continue if you're back. You can probably
we can have a separate episode about Robert Mugabe.
Yeah, we can have a separate episode on fucking presidents and like Mugabe and shit.
Bro,
but
my dog.
Anyway,
my dog. It's ruined my recording.
Yeah, well,
I will edit it so it looks a bit better, but.
Yeah, well, like if you want to keep that in because you think it's funny, you can. But I don't know.
I'll listen back to it. It'll be funny.
Yeah.
Right. Let's go again. 3, 2, 1.
Right.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
So my dog just threw up. Thanks, dog. I hope Ben provides some good entertainment though.
Yeah, hopefully I did. My rants about people I know of, and
oh yes,
God.
you personally knew Robert Mugabe.
I knew Robert Mugabe and Chungus Taft. Oh, he was so thick. Anyway, let's get on to how terrible the UK is. Oh
yeah,
God, do I hate
we talk about London.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know if it's London's fault. Okay, big cities are always going to be disgusting.
Yeah.
Like Manchester is also. Okay, right. The thing is with Manchester, right? The thing that London has that Manchester doesn't is that London has areas which are like the old kind of Georgian houses. If you go to some places, it's really posh, it's really nice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean like in the city. I don't mean in the suburbs where like the rich people live. I mean like in the said city where you can like, you know, go look at the fucking houses if you want like these old nice architecture or whatever. Yeah. Manchester doesn't have that, and it's just really depressing. Like, yeah. I've visited Manchester a few times, like many times, because my sister used to live there. So I've been to the city centre and around it, and into the suburbs and whatever. That place is sad. It's depressing. It really is. It's a nice city in terms of opportunity, places to go, things to do. But the place is just fucking grey, man. Like, it's just one colour palette.
It's awful. I went when I was younger to like a museum in Manchester. Literally, I went around the museum. I was like, okay, this is cool. I'll play a bit of chess. I walked outside. I literally went to my dad. Can we go home? I'm bored of this city. It's so terrible.
Yeah, you could do worse. You could do worse in Manchester.
Yeah, you could be Morecambe. You could be Southend. You could be Plymouth. You could be Blackpool. You could be Scarborough. Yeah, you could be fucking Bradford.
You could do worse, right? In comparison to other English cities, it doesn't look that bad. But in comparison to just cities in general, it's the very definition of a post-industrial wasteland.
Oh God!
I mean, speaking of London, in Piccadilly Circus, I can't remember where this was. I've seen this exact scenario multiple times in the UK. By the way, there's a bunch of ATM machines, and there's a homeless man sitting next to it. This is in Piccadilly Circus, and this guy, he was just lying completely limp next to the ATM machines, like upright next to the wall.
Yeah.
Like sat, yeah. And he looked like he was sleeping. And next to him, there was just this cup, like full halfway, just with blood. Like I think he might have died.
No, it's not.
I think he might be dead.
Yeah, I'm going out on a whim here. I'm saying.
I'm not a scientist here, but I think that man was dead. And I saw.
No one bothered to check up on him.
Yeah, I saw that exact same scenario in Bradford as well.
Oh God.
I can't remember whereabouts in Bradford, but I saw something kind of similar. I think this homeless man was alive though, but he did also have a cup of blood next to him. Homeless people, what does this mean? Is this some sort of sign that we don't know about, or is it
got me Peru?
Or is it Or is it literally just, I am very ill? Or is
Please
it
help
your
me.
brew? Is it your brew?
Your brew, you know what? We can't judge them on their brew, all right? You know what? It's fine. But I tell you what, I a place I went to, which I do hate, Coventry. Oh God,
Really? I thought
Coventry.
Coventry was alright.
Oh well, the thing is, right? When I went for football purposes because I went to go watch Bradford. When they were originally playing at Ricoh Arena, now they play at Birmingham Stadium because they had a bunch of financial issues. Like literally, oh God. Oh God! Like my dad drove it. He's like, this is Coventry. He literally turned to me. He's like, I'm then, and literally, right, well, it was this old like fucking gas station. It was rusty. I thought I was gonna get tetanus. I was like, oh shit, what do I do? Oh, literally, it was like a 5-minute walk to this massive stadium, and we were like, because it's decently big stadium. But it was so out of place because where it was just like it was a shithole. To be quite frank with you, I could smell like diseases.
It's like
was
emanating
disgusting.
from the ground.
Yeah, and I saw 12 in like hoodies, like looking, shady. I was like, okay, guess I'll die then. But that didn't happen. There's also, I think there was a roundabout on the way there, which was just purely disgusting, and I hated it.
There's like trolleys and shit in the middle.
Yeah. Also, Milton Keynes. Oh, Milton Keynes is awful. There's so many fucking roundabouts in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
It's so disgusting. You get motion sick. Oh, I've gone off a roundabout onto another roundabout.
Oh, I wonder
brilliant.
where I'm going. And you've driven 50 miles an hour, but you've made no progress because everything is roundabouts.
Everything is just roundabouts. We went to watch Bradford, and that was literally the best bit. The best bit was a stadium and like all the restaurants outside of it. The rest of it was just pure roundabouts. Literally, it's not even that like from where we came in from. It's not that like far out in the city. We were pretty like we'd only just kind of got into the city where Milton Keynes is, and if it was like 40 roundabouts, so like why is there so many roundabouts? And I'm pretty sure it either holds the record in the world or just in the UK for most roundabouts. It's disgusting. It's awful. So terrible. Oh God. Oh God, do I hate Milton Keynes and their roundabouts. It's so disgusting.
Roundabouts.
Who designed it? He was like, you know what, why do we just put roundabouts?
Yeah, it was
roundabouts?
a post-World War II thing because they had a population boom, and they said, you know what, now that entire country's been bombed to shit, let's rebuild it and future-proof it. So they built a bunch of roundabouts in Milton Keynes.
Yeah, they built like massive fuck off B&Qs, and that's like the best bit in Milton Keynes.
Ah, yes. What does the future need? B&Q. Because all these people in Milton Keynes are going to DIY themselves a fucking spaceship or something.
I'm convinced it literally employs three-quarters of people. It employs 3/4 of people who live in Milton Keynes. It's that fucking big, and the rest is in the stadium. There's nowhere else. There's like 2 places for employment. You either go in B&Q or you go into stadium. There's no living in the city.
B&Q or MK Dons. It's
Dons.
my way or die.
Yeah. Oh God, how did Dele Alli live there for so long? Like,
I don't think he did. Did he?
No, I would. No. There is a club captain for Milton Keynes who's been there for like his whole life. His fucking ginger retard left back. I'm surprised he's made a career out of it. And I don't know, how does he do that? How does he not get bored of a roundabout?
I bet he scooters to work. How sick would that be?
Yeah, I guess I'll drive to the local shop. I've gone past 12 roundabouts.
Fantastic.
The usual.
Just throw up in my Ferrari.
Oh, great. Well, he's definitely got a Ferrari if he's played for Milton Keynes, if I'm honest with you. Right, they are fucking dog shit. I mean, so are Bradford, but...
I mean, you still probably make a ton of money as a footballer, even in lower leagues, like, comparatively to most, like, normal jobs, surely.
Oh, yeah, but, like, you can't tell
Not
me.
Ferrari.
You can't, he's not getting a Ferrari. That couldn't. I don't know what is his bonuses as well, because they never keep clean sheets. Because
his
just
bonuses
retarded. Yeah,
make 10 appearances this season, you get 100k.
Well, yeah, or fucking what is it? Try not to die on the football pitch. As 5.
Come to work and you get a bonus.
Yeah,
you get a bonus for making it through the roundabouts.
Yeah,
I
but
honestly bet the entire Milton Keynes team was so relieved when League Two got suspended the other day because they're like, oh, we don't have to go to training anymore. Thank fuck. And I hate these fucking
yeah,
roundabouts.
they had this goalkeeper called Nichols, and I had absolutely no idea how he was employed there. He just seemed so uneasy with everything. And we had like when we went, we won 4-1. We had like this small guy called Paul Taylor, he was a banger merchant essentially. He only scored bangers. Right, a small, chavvy man, and he's like,
Small,
you know what
chubby man.
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit this ball on a volley first time, and Nichols he's like it'd be a decent save, but it's an easy save for him. But then he just dies. He just dies when he goes to it. Like, okay,
His shoulder just disintegrates.
He was still fucking dizzy from the roundabouts to work.
Yeah,
He was
exactly,
like,
man. Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes.
oh God, Southend. I want to touch on Southend. We know one person from Southend. And, oh God, she's a gremlin. She's such a goblin. Oh God, I hate her. I hate her. But anyway, right? Southend is awful. It's just a shithole. You know, Spencer Owen, who's like what is a YouTuber, football YouTuber.
Oh, do you support West Ham?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he founded #United. Yeah, he was born outside of like on this estate, which literally the Southend Stadium is behind, and literally it's just a complete and utter shithole. It's so awful. It's so disgusting. It's
It seems to be a running trend of English towns being shitholes.
Yeah, the architecture is just disgusting. It's so awful. I hate it.
You know, like in London, right? You know how they're divided up into individual city like zones, or, like metropolitan areas. They all have their own unique art style, not art style, architecture styles for like the council houses. So you in one area and it's like boxes, and you go in the other one and it's like fucking spikes and shit. Like
it's like what the fuck.
Yeah, it's actually dumb.
Oh God, Barnsley's also a shithole. Oh God, Barnsley.
Do you think they have those concrete, disgusting buildings in like Sweden?
Probably.
Or like Germany.
Probably not, because I doubt that, like, I think there's, like, they have different levels. I think the English would be fine literally living in bins. But fucking Sweden, they're a bit more stuck up, because we're all 6'7", so, like, our house must be this height, because we're all fucking massive.
You mean they have standards, and
yeah, they
those
actually
English
have
people
standards.
could live in a tent
we have
for 12
Morecambe.
years. And you have Morecambe.
Yeah,
employ Chinese immigrants to pick up shells for £5.
And they drown.
And they just drown. You're like, oh, it's alright. You should get some more.
Yeah, we'll get
Christ.
more. Oh God.
You know, I think it kind of gets encompassed by, you know, like festival culture.
Yeah.
I think some people could genuinely just live like that. Like in the tents and shit. Like.
Yeah. Well, thing is, right, we've got like the major festivals we have would probably be Leeds and Reading. So you either go up to fucking Leeds, which is most people class it as it was an argument for like Manchester and Liverpool as well, but like the second biggest city in the UK, and it's not that nice. It's just not good.
It's not nice.
Or you could go to Reading, which is, you know, if you know Reading, you've got fucking. It's kind of it's like a wasteland. It's like the wasteland on EU4. It's really weird. You have where they hold the Reading Festival. Yeah, they hold the Reading Festival, and then they have the terrible Majeski Stadium where Reading play, where there's like 4 fans that go. And then I don't think there's anything else. I don't actually know what's in Reading. It's kind of weird.
Oh damn. Dortmund 4-0 up against Schalke.
Oh yeah, they were 2-0 up. Haaland's celebration, he was just doing like a little dance like 2 meters away from the person who made the assist. I was cool. But
man,
yeah,
football is back, people.
Yeah, football is back. But you want to know, which is also shit, Bristol. Oh God, Bristol.
I think Bristol's alright.
Have you ever seen Bristol Rovers Stadium?
Yeah, okay, right, but you're judging it off the stadium, and they're like a League Two side.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, I'm not saying that's a judgment for the city, but oh God, Jesus Christ, have some standards, Bristol Rovers.
Is it even a stadium?
No, I don't think it is. It's worse than it's one of the worst I've ever seen. It's so disgusting. Why have they got a standing area? Then there's just a stand above it. That's so disgusting. But anyway, Bristol, known for its like, basically known for its brewery. It's kind of like Burton, where it's like mainly known for brewery and like alcohol and stuff.
Yeah.
But it'd be like Burton, but if they like doubled or tripled it in size, and then they forgot how to spend money properly, and so everywhere's just shit apart from Bristol City Stadium. Like that's it. It's literally it. It's a working class city, but the problem with it being so like heavy on like brewery and like employment stuff, everyone's alcoholics. So it is literally alcoholic central of fucking every UK.
Yeah, no, we have the
terrible.
homeless person, but instead of blood, it's like gin.
Yeah, it's so disgusting.
Just a homeless guy sat next to an ATM with a cup full of like
All I'm-
Smirnoff Ice.
All I'm saying is, if you meet someone from Bristol, 90% chance they are an alcoholic, and their liver literally looks like, it literally looks so beat up. Honestly,
Be all fucking black and charred and shit. Looks like on
Oh,
fire.
God. Yeah, it'd be like pieces stuck in like the rest of the body. It's like falling out. It's like there's a massive chunk left in it. It's like doctors are operating on it and they're like, oh,
What
we've got
the
to
fuck
inspect
is?
this-
I've
this
never
man's
seen this
liver.
before.
What is this? This man.
Do you know
what is
what-
this new disease?
Do you know what is an alright place? Warwick is nice.
Yeah, Warwick is nice.
Warwick is alright. Edinburgh also nice. It's not bad.
Yeah, I like Harrogate. Harrogate's like posh Yorkshire. But it's like the only nice place, really. Leeds can be alright depending on where you go. So I think the same with Liverpool, but Liverpool's like, you've got a nice place, you've got a shit place.
Yeah, I think Liverpool's a lot more defined in the nice and bad places.
Yeah, oh god. You know,
You should, right, hold on. You go near Mersey, the River Mersey, and you go Google Street View and you drop yourself inside one of those housing areas. Genuinely, you're going to get lost. They all look the same. They're all grey.
Yeah.
They look like right, Merseyside looks like a Call of Duty map.
oh god.
That is the best way. It looks like a Call of Duty Black Ops 1 map.
Oh,
That is the best. That is what
Nuketown.
Liverpool looks like a Call of Duty map, man. Like, I can't. Oh, it's so weird.
Oh, fucking. Yeah, I know most of the places. Most of the places I talk about, I've seen them because I've gone to football. The same is with Shrewsbury. Oh God, Shrewsbury is. Well, because it's in that place where it's like, it should really be in Wales, but it's not. It's like it's more Welsh than it probably is English.
Yeah.
But it's not. If you couldn't tell, like unless you go to like decent places in Cardiff, Wales is terrible. Like Swansea, oh god,
Oh, yeah. Oh.
oh. So
No,
Shrewsbury is like a B-Tech Swansea. Like it's not. It's probably not as bad, but it's like it's
It's got a long way to go.
It's filled. Yeah, it's filled with like a bunch of farms when you first get in. Then when you get in, it's like. It's so weird, like, because when we went to the stadium, because, like, we parked in basically a pub. There's, like, a pub car park, which is, like, the designated place for them to park, and it's, like, a mile away from the stadium. So, like, thanks, Shrewsbury Town. Thanks you for just killing yourself when trying to find the place to park. So you have to walk, like, fucking ages. We go to... Oh, that's nice. Pizza Hut's nice. But then you've got to walk to the stadium, and it's so... weird. You had to go behind this like massive store, and we didn't see many houses, but the ones that we did,
There's no houses in Shrewsbury.
No, they all live on the streets.
No, there's nobody lives in Shrewsbury. They all have to drive into Shrewsbury to actually go to work.
Yeah, we're literally all the houses we saw, it looked like old people houses, but they were just terrible.
It's just
They looked
destitute.
awful. Also, Walsall. Oh God, Walsall.
I mean, I hate Pizza Hut, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough, right? But
Sounds unrelated, but I hate Pizza Hut. I had a shit in a Pizza Hut once. That was scary. That was scary. There's a Pizza Hut in Bradford. There was a Pizza Hut in Bradford, and I went there, and I needed a shit. So I didn't want to shit myself, so I went in the toilet, right? Fucking hell, that was terrifying, right? I heard the door, like, slam open, and I hear this, like, middle-aged 40-year-old guy, and his voice was so deep I couldn't tell what he was saying. He's with someone, probably his kid or something, just talking to him in the toilet. He was like, "Why, like you can't tell what he's saying. You can't tell what he's saying. Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying. I was shitting myself. Literally. I was shitting myself.
The shit on the walls, the shit on the ceiling.
Couldn't fucking fart. Couldn't
fucking do fuck all.
But yeah, I was like, okay. And then it was a really small toilet. There was one urinal, one cubicle, and like one tap. And they walk in. I hear like just sort of
some tribal chant.
Yeah, some sort of gorilla walks into the toilet.
Spinning gorilla.
A gorilla walks into the toilet. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Gorilla glue.
And then it just goes quiet, and I hear the door close. He just leaves.
Oh my god.
I guess he needed to use a cubicle. Maybe he needed shit too, but I needed it more. And I got there before him anyway, so fuck you, gorilla man. I needed my shit. Oh shit, man, you scared me, man. Whoa,
gorilla man.
But yeah, also in the same Pizza Hut, you don't have a salad bar. Well, I say salad bar, the area where you just dump shit into your bowl.
Yeah,
some kid, he was just getting spoonfuls of sweet corn into this bowl, right? Just sweet corn. And I saw him sit down at his table because he was like to my right, a few meters away, and I was just looking at this kid just shoveling sweet corn into his fucking mouth.
Oh god.
And then after that, this was a huge family. They had like 6 kids, 6 young boys. Same kid gets up, and he goes back to the salad bar, and this time he gets another spoon, and he just starts slopping corn, like coleslaw. What is that? How do you say that? Coleslaw into his bowl, like up to the top, up to the very, very top of that bowl.
What the fuck is this creature?
This is like an 8-year-old kid, by the way. Right,
no.
We're not talking about 50-year-old Barry who loves his coleslaw, loves his missus.
Love me
coleslaw, love me missus. Yeah, we're not talking about Barry. We're talking about 8-year-old Jim who just went over, ate a whole bowl of sweet corn. By the way, he had a pizza, like an actual pizza in Pizza Hut. And this guy's like, you know what? I'm not gonna go to Pizza Hut to eat the pizza in the hut. I'm going to Pizza Hut to eat coleslaw and then sweet corn.
Oh yeah.
Fucking hell, man.
He's an SCP. What a fuck. So weird.
Pizza Hut SCP, man.
Right. So
and the guy that entered the toilet also an SCP.
Oh
the
yeah,
gorilla
probably.
Man.
Gorilla man, gorilla shitter. Fucking oh god. Anyway, I was gonna get onto Warsaw. When we drove into Warsaw, you have to drive past like a bunch of houses. I'm not joking. There was like 15, what is it? 15 council houses all attached to each other. It's like a row. They're all the same. There's just so like this like fungi coming off like the door frame. You're like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's so disgusting, and like no one lives in it. Also, it's once you get like near the stadium, it's not awful, but it's like it's pretty bad. Fucking Beeston in what is it in Leeds is awful. Unfortunately, but it's oh god. We learned about it for our geography GCSE. I was like, okay, we're gonna compare Horsforth, which is a very nice area, to Beeston, where you could probably die from so many diseases.
Just breathe the air and you die.
Yeah, literally, it is home to. It is what it'd be the Detroit of Leeds, essentially.
What's the Detroit of the UK?
Oh god, there's so many contenders here. Right, so
I think Bradford's got a pretty good shout,
Bradford is pretty bad.
I think it's up there, definitely.
But like
more specifically, Keighley.
Oh god.
Oh, Great Horton.
Oh,
Great Horton's pretty bad too.
Yeah. Like it's weird with Bradford because certain areas are actually kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like when me and Isaac live is nice, and where you live I know is pretty nice. But
if we're talking city of Bradford though.
Yeah. Oh god.
City of Bradford. Yeah, it's not.
I hate that city. It's one of my least favourite. I don't mind going out in it because I'm with my mates. I don't really care, but it's like Bradford.
When you go to like the city centre, it's like nice because they kind of gentrified the area in the last sort of 15 years or so, right?
Yeah.
But when you leave that, it's just empty, like abandoned buildings everywhere.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad, actually.
It's weird because I like to compare it to Detroit, but I also like to compare it to like Boston of the US, not Boston UK, because that's kind of nothing.
Yeah.
Boston of the UK in US, sorry, is very. It's like it's a city. It doesn't look nice. It kind of smells like shit. There's like a lot of restaurants, and 99% of them are all terrible. That's the same with Bradford. Like if you don't go to like if you go to like the independent ones, there's like one nice place, and the rest is just shit.
Yeah.
But they also tried to put a Five Guys in Bradford. We'll put an expensive place to eat in a very working class city. Oh, I wonder how that's gonna work. It just didn't work. They closed down after like a year, which is a shame because I really liked it. But
I've never been to Five Guys before. Is it better than Pizza Hut?
well, they're not the same really in terms of like what they do. Like Five Guys is like a burger, hot dog, all that place. You know that style.
Am I going to get
American
gorillas
style.
walking into the Five Guys toilet?
You know what? I don't know.
I mean, you might.
I've never been to a Five Guys toilet.
What kind of people go to Five Guys though? Isn't it like 15-year-old white girls? Like posing for their Instagram, basically.
Not really. It's more of like
Any gorillas go to Five Guys?
it's more like 30-year-old depressed white males, really.
Well, like hipsters,
Yeah.
doomers.
The best part of Five Guys are the milkshakes. The milkshakes are really nice, but like a $5 each, so you know. They kind of balance each other out in terms of, oh, it's really nice, but £5.
Yeah, but then there's also 0 gorillas just entering the bathroom.
Yeah.
There's 0 Barrys violating.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It depends where you go, because I guarantee, because the nearest one to us is in Leeds, and there are probably some Garys in Leeds.
Some Garys, some Barrys.
Yeah, well, because like whenever we go up to Leeds, I always make a point of going to get a milkshake with everyone because they always like it. And although it's a $5, it's really nice, but we never stay for food. You never stay for food.
Oh, is it too expensive?
I'd probably say it's too expensive. I like the burgers for nice, but yeah. And also, it fills you up, so you're like, oh, I've spent like £15 on this, and I haven't even eaten it all. Disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of got sidetracked there, but
I mean,
yeah.
Five Guys. I mean, the food selection in the UK is important.
I mean, it's important.
It's important in assessing if the UK is a shithole or not.
Yeah, well, we haven't really looked at like Scotland, have we? We haven't really discussed Scotland.
I mean, I don't think we can really say much. We don't.
Well,
I mean, you can say something, but not in the same depth as we've done for the. I say depth.
Yeah.
As the other places, because I mean, Scotland is.
I haven't really been.
It is a different country.
Yeah.
It's ran
I heard Inverness is bad. I've never been, so I can't say I know, but you know, it's probably.
Yeah, I kind of have this idea of Scotland. This will offend some people, but Edinburgh's nice, old city. Everywhere else looks the same. In my head, when I think about it, everywhere else looks the same.
It is essentially BTEC Newcastle.
I could ask. A friend of mine studies at Glasgow. University.
What a terrible choice! What are they doing?
Well, I mean, he's enjoying it, so fair play. I'm not going to shit on him for going to Glasgow or anything.
What's he?
He studies Eastern European politics or something. He says he fucking loves it, so fair play. But what is it? He was telling me on particular days when there's football, it's hell. That's how he described it.
Because there's two major teams, and it is literally hooligans. I'm sorry, right?
It's terrible. Rangers and Celtic.
Rangers and Celtic are hooligans. You're gonna compare Rangers and Celtic to Hearts in fucking Edinburgh. It's just completely different.
Yeah, so I said to him, you should go out and stand in the wrong stand. Go sit in the wrong stand on a match day. And he said, no, I'm not going to kill myself.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, Scottish football is weird because it's really shit, but there's more hooligans.
I mean, there's more heart, I guess. Oh, well.
It's kind of pathetic though. It's like, oh, they're cheering on Inverness, but they'd get beaten by Oldham. It's like, poor lads.
What about public transport?
Oh.
It's shit.
Oh, it is.
It's fucking
terrible.
dingy. It stinks. It's fucking.
It's
It's disgusting. There you go.
Yeah, right. I have to get public transport to school whenever I go. Like, I have to get a bus. Oh, the gremlins that get on there. It's so awful. So disgusting. It's such an
Right.
awful thing.
Are English people to blame for the shitness of England?
Yes and no.
Does it depend
I
what we're
feel-
looking at?
Well, I think
Because if we're talking Pizza Hut toilets, yes.
yes, if we're talking about certain bits of culture, yeah, like stabbing. Not a fan. Not gonna lie. But,
Really? You don't like stabbing? You don't like 15-year-old kids stabbing each other to death on the
Yeah,
pavement?
yeah. I'm going out on a whim here, but
It's like acid
yeah.
attacks.
Oh, yeah. No, I also don't like people who look like they've been in an acid attack, which unfortunately, unfortunately in
Or the many
Bradford,
gremlins. Like
yeah,
getting your butts.
gremlins, disgusting, pure AIDS
Actually,
people.
in all seriousness, no, serious. I'm gonna see you.
What?
The amount of problems in British youth is actually incredibly alarming. Youth poverty, youth crime shouldn't be this high. It shouldn't be this high.
It's bad.
It is really terrible.
It's bad around our area. It's bad in our school.
It's terrible. I mean, like we joke about it. Like, I mean, we just did earlier about the whole acid attack and knives or whatever. But like, in all seriousness, it's terrible. Like, it's like, how has it got to this point?
You're either on drugs at our school or you're not. There's no it's like it's really weird because at our school there's like in our sixth form there's like a weird split. I'd say because there's people who do drugs and people that don't.
I think
there's an exceeding amount. Like
yeah, I think it's like I think it's like a 50-50 split.
Yeah,
there's surprisingly more people do drugs than you think.
Like, well,
surprisingly more people do drugs than you think, and it'd be someone you've never even thought of. And it turns out they're fucking crack addict or something.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I don't particularly care if they do it. It's kind of like whatever. You know, that's your choice.
I mean,
but it's weird.
They do it at a very young age though.
Yeah.
Like they start doing it at like 13, 14 years old. Like if you're like anywhere between 16 and like 21, you start doing drugs. I'm not saying you should do drugs, but if it happens and you're in between those ages, it's like not as weird or bad because you're reaching that age where you just be a dumbass for fun.
Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Be a dumbass. But when you're like 13, 14, do you not think that's like...
Yeah, it's gonna stunt your development.
I mean it will still stunt your development at 16, but you're still a kid at 13 years old.
It's like more of a detrimental effect, but it's like it's really weird. I don't to be honest, like with weed, I don't really care. I think it's a bit weird if it goes to like heroin,
Yeah, I don't think most people do that. I think it's MD and like things like that. Weed, MD I don't have a problem with. But on a personal level, I don't have a problem with weed.
MD is such an awful drug. Like,
yeah.
I assume you know what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. You know what was weird actually, right? I got accused of doing it at a party I never even went to at school. So one of my mates who's in probably one of my only mates in my sports class, like came up to me and was like, "Oh, did you do MD at this party?" I was like, "I didn't even go." What are you on about? They got me mixed up with another Ben. I think you know the other Ben, the wheelchair man. The wheelchair man.
It's not actually in a wheelchair, don't worry.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, he is. Yes, he is.
He is crippled. He cannot walk.
Yeah. No, I was there when he did that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, no, I was there when he did it.
Oh.
Yeah. We don't have a problem with. I'm not saying it's completely fine to do it. There are some drawbacks to it.
It's not bad.
But I think you can compare. Weed is easy to compare to alcohol. I think.
Yeah, it definitely is.
MD and similar things, they're a lot more dangerous.
Yeah,
a lot more dangerous.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
probably could do worse stuff on MD than you might gonna do on weed. Because
weed. Yeah,
weed, you kind of like chill out. Really, he's kind of more of a
yeah, and also, I mean, they use it for medical purposes and all that jazz too. I mean,
yeah. Like they wouldn't
people,
do that.
yeah, people
If
now are gonna tell me that there's gonna be various strains of MD or similar drug that they do use in medical doses, but if you're doing drugs, you don't use medical doses. You want to fucking go crazy.
yeah, it's like
Um,
it's medical for a reason.
yeah, I mean, cannabis is all right if you're over 21. To be honest,
Yeah,
once your body's fully developed, it's fine to do. When you do, it's too risky, man. It's too
yeah,
risky. I understand why you might want to do drugs. It makes sense. It's the same reason why you might want to drink, or or go on a roller coaster or whatever. All right, but
God, that's a weird comparison.
it's too risky, man.
Yeah,
It's too
well,
risky.
um, yeah, well, I think we should go back to the topic of is it our fault? I think, in some parts, yeah, it's our fault because we've developed this weird, pretty distinct culture, really. But also, some of it's down to the government. I mean,
I think the government has failed us in many ways.
oh yeah, definitely. I doubt like I don't think there's been a government that we've had that has particularly helped improve the quality of life for a
Yeah,
while.
especially for kids. Especially for kids,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Oh, it's got so much worse for kids.
yeah. I mean, well, if we look purely at statistics, I mean that looking purely at statistics is something you should avoid anyway. But if we do look at statistics anyway, life for kids is getting worse.
Yeah, I think it's like more most. This is the highest rate of like teenagers being like depressed and stuff.
I mean, mental health, yeah.
Yeah,
But if
it's
we're
really
just,
bad.
crime, poverty. I think the
Yeah,
mental health thing is something that the entire world is really going through. I think that's the whole mental health thing is really a result of all the countries stepping into the new millennia, new technology, new cultures. I don't think
yeah,
that's a very UK exclusive thing, but in addition to that, you also have poverty in the gangs, the drugs, the stabbing, the fucking acid
yeah,
attacks. Fuck, like, do you
yeah.
want to get any worse than that? Like,
Bradford City getting relegated. Fuck's
yeah.
sake, yeah. But honestly, all right, like, yeah, like life is progressively
Like,
getting
right,
worse.
if we. Right, imagine 70 years in the future,
Yeah,
right? So from 2020 to 2000, that period, the first fifth of this new century, the 21st century in the UK, I don't think that anybody in the future will look back at that 20 years and be like, that was a good time for Britain.
no, I think
I
the
don't
best.
think anybody ever will because
Yeah,
okay, we've not had a lot of variety of government in that 20 years, let's be honest. This has been a mostly conservative dominated era, especially towards the end
yeah.
of this 20 years, right? And nothing has changed.
No, nothing. I don't think anything will, but it's like,
Yeah, I mean, the politicians might insist that something's changed. And when you do look at things short term, you think, oh, yeah, things might have got better or worse for certain groups or certain organisations. But I'm sure that when you look back at this period in 100 years, you will think nothing has changed. The
yeah,
politicians, the country has failed us.
yeah,
Nothing, like, I think people are accountable for some bad things that haven't happened in this country. Don't get me wrong, that's always going to be the case. But I think in this last 20 years in particular, the government has failed the people rather than the other way around. There just hasn't been
yeah,
enough action. And that's why you get leaders like Jeremy Corbyn coming in.
yeah.
And,
But
you
well, he
know,
wasn't the right person to do it.
yeah, I think, well, I mean, that is debatable. That's up to you to decide if he was the right person
Yeah,
to step in or not. The election would say perhaps maybe not. But I think I don't have a particular allegiance to either party. I know some people are very insistent. You don't have a conservative person who will always vote conservative no matter what.
yeah,
Doesn't matter who the particular MP or leader is. I don't really have that allegiance, right?
neither.
And I would. There are some things on Corbyn that maybe I don't like, but I would prefer change than continuing on the same track of what we've got now. Yeah,
I agree. I agree.
because all this entire conversation that we've had about how bad is Britain really is a result of not enough change from both Conservative and Labour. I'm not saying this is not just me trying to bash one particular party. There's not been enough change, and only recently have particular people come out and say, "Oh, we need change," like Jeremy Corbyn, for example.
Yeah,
It's
but it's
gonna
like,
it's gonna take something radical to turn this around.
well, because like Labour, one of the main things Labour did in like schools is that like they put more funding to like what was like like IT essentially, so it's like computer science and stuff like that, as well as like the arts. It's like that's fine, but like we kind of like I don't think our budgets are going in the right place. Essentially, it's like we our spending is kind of fucked, right?
Yeah.
Because we're not spending. I'd argue we're not spending enough on what is it? We're not spending enough on like police, on the healthcare system, but we can't really because we're not getting enough money. But that's
Yeah.
down to how much we're taxing people. That's down to you know all the
How
other
much we
sorts of
spend on
income.
other places too.
Yeah,
Like,
right. I feel like we haven't got our priorities straight. I just don't think we
yeah.
do.
Well, we've had a Conservative government for the last, more or less, the last 10 years, haven't we?
Yeah,
And
basically.
I know 10 years really isn't that long, but you would expect that in 10 years, okay, I mean, real putting into account that there have been three different, basically, changes leader
Yeah.
in that 10 years, right? You'd still think that something would change for the good. And perhaps some things have. But it's not at a scale where I can confidently say that the UK is a fantastic country to live in. Especially if you're a
Yeah.
kid.
Oh yeah,
Especially if you're
kid.
under 30 years old, basically. If you're
Yeah.
if you're a millennial, basically, life isn't
Yeah.
fantastic, really. It's kind of an uphill battle if you're young.
Mm.
And I was kind of hoping that Labour would win the last election, if I'm honest.
Uh,
Like, I don't really
I,
talk
I,
about it, but I think we should have just given it a go.
yeah, I think obviously, but in hindsight, right? Obviously, none of us would think, Corona was gonna happen, right? But I like if in some reality we knew what was gonna happen in the future, it would have deterred me from wanting a Labour government, if I'm honest with you, because I don't think they could handle it. And I'm not saying Conservatives are handling it very well, because I don't think they are. But
I don't think the
I
UK could have handled it anyway.
no, I don't think we could have handled it well at all. But I feel like because obviously Labour and Conservatives will have different ideas. But I feel like if Labour had got in, I think there would have been a bit more panic behind it. I'm not saying that Labour's a bit more what is it they they act out on a whim on stuff like that, but it's like they I don't think they'd be as good as considered as the Conservatives, and they're not doing a necessarily good job, but I think they would have done a worse job.
Yeah. Well, we could save that for a different debate. That's an interesting one. Who would have handled
Yeah.
the crisis better, Labour or Conservative?
Yeah.
That would be an interesting topic. I think that's a good conclusion.
Yeah,
I think that's a good. I mean, well, let's answer the question. How shit is the UK? On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being shit and 10 being, like a utopia, where do you put the UK? I mean, we're going to think about other countries too. I put North Korea and Somalia on 1, okay?
Yeah, North Korea, Somalia, Lesotho, Yemen.
And then
maybe not Lesotho, but
yeah, we put, I don't know. I mean, who would go in 10?
10. There's no perfect place.
There's no perfect place, but
I think
if
the
we're
best
saying,
place.
yeah, like what people generally say is like, oh, Denmark, oh, Sweden. So let's put them in 10.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can make an argument for like I don't know, Japan maybe. Japan's kind of nice.
But for scale, let's put Japan, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands 10.
Yeah.
Where does the UK go?
Well, to be honest, right? I think we're better than a decent amount of countries, but I still don't think we're good. So I think if we're going to put it on a scale and compare it with other countries, I'd say. So I'd probably say between the ones and threes are like the poorest,
Yeah.
countries. So like that would be like the poorer African nations, the the ones that have had like probably like bad history or something that have led to their country being bad. So like we honestly, if we're gonna put that, I'd say we're probably on the oh
I'm gonna say 5 or 6.
I was gonna say around 5, but I'd still think that we're being a little bit privileged about it. But because it depends, right? Because
Yeah.
there's still places in like Europe you want to live in. Like you won't want to live in like what is it? Some
Moldova.
parts of it, yeah, Moldova. You don't want to live in Moldova. You don't particularly want to live.
I think anywhere between the range of 5 and 7. I think the UK is in a very
Yeah.
similar situation to the United States.
Yeah. So
Where,
I'd probably say it's a 6. I'd probably say it's a 6.
I think the UK is in a very similar situation to the USA, where in the sense that it is a rich country, it is a very well developed country. It's a nice. Like, people are going to come to the UK and USA and be amazed. At how nice it is. Like, we are in a very privileged position, so
well, it depends where they go.
Depends where they go, but either way, it's a developed, nice Western country that is stable. But it's in a similar situation in like the US, in the sense that if you're from the UK or US, I think you would struggle to say I love my country. This is a great country, purely because the kind of inequality.
Yeah, it's problems.
There's problems like that. I want to say first world problems, but I don't mean it as in like they're not important problems. I mean it in the sense that you've got running water kind of problems. It's like, I mean, problems like this probably don't mean anything if you live in Yemen or somewhere like that, where your life is on the line or something like that. So I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be ungrateful, but the problems are just they're so deep rooted. I think that's the way to describe it. It's gonna take a while to get rid of these.
Yeah, I think that's a good conclusion.
Would you, if somebody was moving to the UK, would you tell them to go away? Would you say go to a different country?
Depends where they're going.
Depends where they're going. Okay, right. Let's conclude
where they're
it
coming
here,
from.
Yeah, where they're coming from. Imagine moving away from mainland Europe.
Look, if you're coming from Yemen to Britain, all the power to you, because you don't want to get killed by Big Sour.
Yeah,
although
please.
he is coming to Newcastle.
Yeah, he's coming.
Be wary.
Do not support Newcastle FC. Go support Sunderland.
Scunthorpe. I forgot to talk about Scunthorpe. You know what? I will save that for another time.
We'll have a part 2. We can go through every British city. Right.
British city rankings. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, right.
God.
Right. This has been the Münster Podcast. Thank you so much for watching. And any parting words, Ben?
Oh god, do I hate Morecambe, Blackpool, Scunthorpe, Southend, Plymouth, Exeter, Truro, Bradford, Shrewsbury, Milton Keynes, parts of London,
Halifax.
Oxford, Cambridge.